out of the sky. Oh my goodness! Sawyer again, super drop. The pitch from one. Ball game! Jordan Robles cruised in game one, and a Preston Colm 2 RBI single gave them the victory. The question now, can the Gators come back and tie the series in game two? Hello everybody and welcome back to Loyola Marymount University in LA for game two. Now game one went pretty quick. Robles was on, began a little shaky in game one, and that Colm single really defined the game. So how did the Gators tie up this one?
You know, Kyle, I went through the same thing in the postseason against the Mallards. You want to pitch around Robles, you want to pitch around Colm, but Jorgensen and Tommy, when they come through, it makes it really dicey, right? Well, in my opinion, I think they need to start going at Robles, start going at Colm. Obviously, Robles is a great hitter, but he's got a tendency, the ball doesn't leave the yard very much off his bat. You got to go right at him, in my opinion.
Also, I have a question. I actually don't know the pitching matchup. Is this the point the Gators turn to Stags? I heard BN likes that game ball.
If I'm the Gators, I'm not turning to Stags quite yet. Yes, he was shaky in the first, but there's adrenaline flowing. It's his first time in the World Series here, in front of a crowd like this. So I think they go with BN again, and then maybe Stags game three.
Yeah, we'll find out very shortly. Game two right now. Come on, Dewey! Come on, Dust. Gators show a lot of fight. They show the most fight in this league. Game two starts now. Ground ball to the left side. Stags so much speed. Single for 2-8.
Hi, boy, Dawson. Way to get on, kid.
Great way to start the game. Now it's BM. Ground ball. The flip, one down. Stags again, so aggressive. Got him! Double play. I have an out at third base. I don't think that's particularly close. That is confirmed. Stags such an aggressive runner. That time to his demise. A double play in the field. And every single player in the field touched that ball. Swing and a miss. Robles dialed. A double play and a strikeout. Ends the top of the first. Robles to lead off. Ground ball to the right side. A little tweener. Out. Good job from Sawyer behind the cover. One away. Yeah! Oh my goodness, Sawyer behind. Ball on a string. Two-way for Jorgie. Ground ball to the left side. Fair. Single for Jorgie. Might be more. He'll go. Safe at two. Jorgie's in there. Hey, good time for random bomb. Right? Come on. Hard hit to Stags. Beautiful play. That's the third out. Saves a run. Stags to Chatty. As we had to do quickly.
It's now time for some MLW trivia. Name the 1 year that TC3 won the World Series MVP.
Let's hear it.
2016!
The answer is 2012.
It's been an absolute minute. Outside, Adams walked in his first AV of the World Series 2025.
It's my first time not leading off this series.
Wow. Pitch. Off the 10, strike three. One down. Swing and a miss, son of ball inside. Gets BN to chase. Two away for Jason Chadwick.
Ready, deep breath, come on. Like your best, Bob, let's go.
They don't want to strand that leadoff runner. A lot of wind coming inwards. Popped to Robles. That's 3 outs. This game is so quick. Not too many base runners at all. Bottom two. Mallards looking to strike first. Grounder. Hard hit. To Save! Stags, a little trouble with it. In center, Jordan Robles, leadoff single. Great news for the Mallards. Here's Colm, the difference in game one. Nice pitch from Sawyer Bien. Eats away at Colm's hands. One away. Grounder to the left side. Another single. First and second.
Second right here.
Ground ball, fair. He'll take it himself for the out. Good play. Second and third now the runners. One out away from ending the frame. Solid play from Sawyer. He does not like to flip that ball on comebackers. Now it's Robles, big spot for him. Can they score with runners in scoring position? 2 on, 2 away. Ground ball! Sawyer will take it himself. That's the third out. Avoids any damage there. We are still scoreless. Sawyer's hyped. Gators, they want runs. They want to strike first. They have a shot right here in the top of the third. Nice pitch from Robles. 2-seam inside. Classic Robles. Oh my goodness! God! Justin Staggs, the Cali kid in his home state, fires up the crowd. Game 2 is scoreless no more. 2-8 goes yard in the Golden State. 1-0 Great Lakes Gators in game 2. Solo shot Staggs. Can Bien feed off of it? To left! God! Back to back! Staggs and Bien! Both to left field. 2-0. He wants to win this ball game for himself.
Come on!
2-0 in the third. The dynamic duo, Bien Staggs. Here's Chetty. Nice pitch from Robles. He puts away Chadwick 2 away. Nice pitch from Robles. Slide drop off the tin, but a couple of solo shots makes it 2-0 Great Lakes Gators. Just like game 1, but the other way around. Now Bien going for the game 2 victory. Ground ball, fair. Sawyer always likes to take it himself. Out number 1. 2 outs away from tying up this series. That one is dented in the center, but another single from Jorgensen. That is 4 in the series. Here's TC3. Ground ball to the left side. Dustin Staggs. Safe. Tommy beat it. I got safe for sure. First and third. 1 out. Swing and a miss, he got him. That's a good use. That's a good use. 74. First time over the limit, and we've got 2 away. Colm is the winning run. Jorgie the tying on first. 0-1. Perfect speed. Gators 1 out away from tying the series. Swing and a miss, 0-2. BN has that ball on a string. Ball game! The series is tied! A couple of solo shots. Stags and BN. And a shutout from Sawyer. 2-0, the final score. Game 3 coming up on Friday. Who will take control of this series? Sawyer!
All right, sorry, that was huge. Talk about first Stags getting you on the board first with that solo shot and then you kind of feeding off of that.
No, it's huge. Like, we've been on them all day. I feel like they've been on me less than we were on them. And, you know, Dustin really helped me out, got the energy going, and then I kind of fed off that. And, you know, I just got to give glory to God for how I played and all that kind of stuff. But we're just looking to win the next game.
Do we know the pitching situation right now?
Not of right now, no.
Not as of right now. That's huge. That's a good cliffhanger for the next video. That will do it for game 2, guys. Subscribe in that corner and see the last video from us in that corner. All of our links in the description below. We'll see you next time in game 3.
Similar to what we saw the Preds do to us, I feel like, you know, Robles, he beats guys with location and velocity. He's not a big movement guy. So if people can get their timing down, you know, he becomes more hittable. And in the past, we've had series where I feel like we were in the driver's seat and then all of a sudden offenses just come to life, just like the Preds did in the previous series. So I think it will get more difficult for us if the series goes longer, if that makes sense. But I'm really hoping that our offense makes the true difference this year. We saw in the NLCS, we just scored a ton of runs. You know, I've faced Sawyer a lot. Robles has faced Sawyer a lot. We're not a stranger to his arsenal. Dustin's a little bit more of a wild card in terms of what we're seeing, but I know they're going to punch back at some point. I feel like we're going to get off to a hotter start, and I just hope that we can outlast them, if that makes sense, and get around to Sawyer offensively, because I do expect the Gators to start to score more as the series goes on. I feel comfortable saying that, and maybe Robles would disagree. I don't know, but I just expect their bats to come to life more throughout the series, and that's when I might need to turn to guys like Jorgensen or Coleman in some big spots. So, you know, if you want, I can share my pitching strategy a little bit. We didn't hear much from Chris in terms of what he'd want to do, but like I do have a rough plan for the Mallards, or should we keep that a secret for the fans to actually experience in real time?
I think we spilled the beans
here,
Tom.
might as well. I mean, we're listening to the podcast for a reason, you know?
All right. Well, series has already happened also, so like I don't want to spoil anything, but at the same time, like this was my strategy regardless. Robles is the guy. I mean, it's no secret. I think my number 2 and number 3 arms, I do have Georgie as my number 2, Colm as my number 3 at this point. Robles is the guy. There's no one else who really compares to him, but because of what I just said, the thought of throwing him 3, 4, potentially even 5 games in a row is a little scary. So what I told my guys pre-game and pre-series, we had a FaceTime call, was Robles, like, you're obviously starting game 1. No surprise there. If they start to hit you in game 1, I'm going to quickly move away from you because they're just going to get more and more confident the more they see you. So if they're getting around to you in game 1, we're going to go to Georgie. If you win game 1, but they start to hit the ball a little more, say in the 3rd inning, we're going to go to Georgie. Game 2, just to switch looks. You know, you're a better guy. I want you out there with a series on the line, but I'm not going to have them see you for 5 games in a row. If you go out there game 1 and we're rolling, you're going to start game 2. If you steamroll them game 2, you're going to start game 3. Like, if they're not seeing Robles, I'm going to stick with Robles. But as soon as I start to sense the offensive momentum of the Gators shifting, I'm going to go to Georgie. If they get to Georgie, then I'll go to Colm. But the hope is that we can ride out Georgie long enough, maybe a game, game and a half, 2 games, and then go back to Robles, if needed. So that's kind of my plan, is to leave the guys out there as long as I can leave them. Like if Georgie goes out there and is shutting them down, I'm not going to put Robles in just to put him in. I'm going to let Georgie keep going until I see their at-bats start to change. So that's kind of my plan to manage the bullpen. Colm is more of an emergency guy. Like we're getting blown out in a game. I don't want him to see either of my better arms. Let's get Colm in there. So that's sort of the plan.
I think it's a very sound strategy from you, Tom. I do just have to comment at like the fact that you're considering Jorgensen as like you're very confidently saying, yeah, I would throw him out there in game 2 of the World Series, and he literally didn't even pitch for you until the last series of the regular season. In fact, like I think some people forgot that he might have pitched like ever in this league, because he, prior to that, he was kind of struggling a bit on the mound. When he first came in and started his career, he was very good, and went through kind of like a rough patch on the mound. Was never even really considered a pitcher on the Mallards until playing the Magic, and now for you to confidently say like, yeah, if it plays out a certain way in game 1, we're going to go to him in game 2. I think that's pretty remarkable. I think that's pretty like, high praise for Georgie, and it's cool that he just like hasn't given up on like when his number was called, he produced and like earned that opportunity. So I'm kind of hoping, like biasly, I guess, that we get to see. I'm hoping, I guess, I don't just see Jordan like go out there and carve the Gators up for 3 straight games. Like I kind of want to see a little bit of a different look Mallards, like just from like a viewer, like trying to be as like objective, non-biased as possible. Like I feel like that would make for some pretty exciting content, like seeing some other guys contribute to to a potential World Series effort. So I do just think that's so funny though, that it's like he wasn't even like an option like not that long ago, and now he's number 2 in the bullpen.
Yeah, again, we talked about it. I'm not saying like I think we have an elite bullpen. I think that's our biggest weakness as a squad. Like there's Robles and there's a big fall off, but I just don't love the idea of Robles pitching to these guys for a full 5-game series. Just with how previous postseasons have gone, even regular season series, it seems like eventually teams can get around to him.
Yeah.
And in the past, I've pivoted to Colm and it hasn't worked out. I don't think Preston has the same confidence that Georgie does. And Georgie and I have been practicing, so I've been seeing Georgie pitch a lot. And he's a strike thrower. He's going to make guys earn it. And I think he's like it's just a play. It's the World Series, man. It's a different game. A 5-game series is different than a 3-game series. And I have a lot of confidence riding Robles in a 3-game series if it was winner take all. But a 5-game series, that's just a lot of pitches, a lot of at-bats for the same guys, seeing, a guy who doesn't have the most diverse arsenal. Truly, like Robles beats you with speed and location. He's not a big movement guy.
What are you expecting from the Gators? I guess conversely, obviously you played the series, but like going into it, what were you expecting pitching wise that they were going to do as you guys were kind of scouting them?
So I believe that the Gators are going to use still Sawyer as their ace, but Dustin, I think, will come in quickly if Sawyer gets into trouble. I think it'll be those 2 guys. So I bet you they're probably thinking a similar strategy that we are. Like as soon as we get around to Sawyer, go to Dustin and then ride Dustin as long as you can. So we'll see. But I think Sawyer will go game 1. It wouldn't blow me away if Dustin went game 1. We kind of were preparing to study both equally, but I haven't heard any indications that it will be Dustin in game 1, even though he's looked really good this year.
Yeah, again, that just surprises me, because it's like I feel like Jeremy Adams is just like forgotten about. Like Dustin had like, I don't even know, like 1 or 2 games that he pitched solid on the mound, and then it's like Like you may be right. I could definitely see them doing exactly what you just said. But it's not like Jeremy's, a slouch on the mound by any means.
Yeah. Maybe they will go to Jeremy. I don't know. I would just expect Dustin first. Maybe they're thinking 3 pitchers. I really don't know. It seems like they're always like a game 1 ace team, game 2 secondary, game 3 ace team. Maybe they throw both Dustin and Jeremy out there like for a game or an alternating starts. I don't really fully know. That'd be a question for Cheatham, but obviously I didn't have that insight heading into the series. Jeremy's had a little bit of control issues in the past. That's why I think Dustin's is more of a strike thrower. In a series like this, you want guys that are throwing strikes.
Agreed. Tom, one last question for you here. I feel like the series you guys played in New York is going to have kind of more of a the fan-like feel that LA will have compared to when the Gators played, but in Chicago. How will the playing in front of fans for the second time this year make it kind of more easy for you, or hard, or difficult coming into the series?
I don't think it'll have too much of an effect on us. We don't have any rookies in this lineup. Preston's our youngest guy, and I believe this is his 3rd season, so I think it'll bode well for us. And I don't know if it'll be too big of a factor on the Gators either. Even though Dustin's a rookie, he seemed to do very well in Chicago with the fans in front of him. So I think it'll just add to the hype. It might add some more like nerves and tense moments when people are yelling and screaming at you and, balls in play or big at bats, things like that. But I don't think it will have a huge impact on like the mentality or nerves of anybody. The stakes are already high as it is, whether it's in front of fans or in front of nobody. We all just want to win.
Well, Tom, thanks for sharing some of your thoughts about the World Series. We're all glad to hear and all rooting for you this weekend. But now we have something special for you guys. We got some fan call-ins to talk about World Series predictions. So here you go with that.
Okay, thank you, Ty. I'm going to take over here because I'm the one man in the Zoom call from home base. Thank you to all the fans who answered the call on Instagram the day of, talking about providing some World Series predictions. We have 3 fans who are joining us tonight to give their take on the World Series. First, we have AJ, big fan. He was present in the hot dog live stream, I believe. Is that correct, AJ?
Yeah, I was there with a lot of my Polar Penguins teammates. Shout out Polar Penguins.
Oh, yeah, I was chatting with the Penguins at the series over the weekend.